Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to RTG TV for another round of Burnt Rubber Racing, exclusively on the channel for their first season. We're almost at the halfway point of that first season in Canada this evening, and what a great street track we have for you. Someone's saying the stream's not working. Hopefully it will get working. Potentially. We'll carry on. So, we're here in Canada for round 5, first established here in 1978. It's got 3 DRS zones, 14 corners. It's 2.7124 miles and 4.365 kilometers in length. 35 laps we're going to be driving around the circuit. We're supposed to have 20 drivers this evening with 5 reserves. We're still waiting on 2, and we've got the normal short qualifying session followed by the race. Apologies for not being here last week. Thanks to Lee for taking over last midweek. I just come back from holiday that day and I was a bit tired, so that's why I wasn't here last week. Should be here for the rest of the season though, however, and looking forward to that, the second half of the season that's coming up. Anyway, drivers on the track now. We'll quickly go through the standings. Chuck sitting on top at the moment, and I don't believe the standings have been updated for this week. Maybe I've just saved the wrong ones. Bear with me. Oh no, they have been updated for this week. So Chuck is sitting in first place on 103 points. Then Bo behind him on 42 points for Jin. Super Striker is on 37th in 4th, and 5th is Wookie on 32 points. Williams are leading the Constructors' Championship, followed by McLaren, and then Ferrari are in 3rd place. So I'll just resave those, bear with me, because I saved the ones from the week previous. And I believe now we're all good. We are. So, only had 3 full-time pole sitters this season. Chuckle's taken 2, and his brother Chuck has taken the other. Who's going to take the 4th full-time driver pole this season? It may be a reserve, it may not, as we get the first laps just starting to be set. And who's the first one who's going to set a lap? I am sorry, wasn't paying attention. It's going to be Mark Bowe down in 11th on the standings right now. But he dives into the pit lane, and he invalidated his time. Sorry, just had to cough there. And Super Striker does a 111.253. Haven't been here for a long time. A benchmark that I got is set by Chapel. It's a 110.192. We'll see if we can go any faster than that, and that was a good few months ago. And so more than likely that will happen. We'll just try and see who's the next car up. Chuck's about to start a lap. We've got an Alfa Romeo behind him, a Fulton Dave. He's invalidated his time. We've got a Mert behind him, a Murph, and he most certainly is on a lap right now. Of course, setting personal best is Chuckle setting purple sectors around the circuit right now. The times are lighting up for him on my screen. 111.4 for Murph as Chuckle makes his way down the casino straight towards the Wall of Champions. And we'll see if anyone can get caught out by this wall in qualifying or in the race. Staying to the right-hand side, you usually move over to the left in race conditions. Goes on to provisional pole. He's only 2 tenths off his benchmark time he set a few months back. Team drivers getting quicker. Pro Live down in 18th right now, setting purple sectors. And he did invalidate his time out of the final corner there. Sorry, I just knocked the controller to go to somebody else. Here comes Chuck, down in 6th at the moment. Is doing personal best, but not lighting up the purples. And it shows there, 110.5, just behind his teammate. His teammate is his teammate in life, I suppose, his brother. Down by 2 tenths. And it's only these two who have set pole positions full-time drivers this season. Forgive me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Twist now just setting his lap time. So it looks like it'll either be Percival, Pro-Live or Mark Bow. Pro-Live invalidated. Here comes Percival. He's out of turn 10 and down the casino straight. And into the final corner we go with the Haas driver. Moves back to the left-hand side. He's invalidated as well. We'll wait for Mark Bow, who is on a flying lap at the moment, a personal best in the first sector. We've got a few drivers out on their out laps as well, being Ginge and Ben. As Mark Bow sets another PB in the second sector, but has invalidated his lap time, and drivers struggling with the track conditions and track limits, should I say, here in Canada as Johnny Sunday comes into the pits. Mr. Twist going slowly. I think he's just prepping for another attempt, as we've got just under 11 minutes on the clock. Alex Noble making his way down the back straight now towards the final two corners of 12 and 13. And goes fastest with a 1:10.2. Saw him in Red Arrows Racing, which I was commentating on a couple of nights ago, and he had a very unlucky race in France. And of course you guys saw on RTG the French Grand Prix in the GP1 tier. If you haven't watched that, check that out from Monday. Lee covered that one, and we'll be back again tomorrow, me and Lee, for the usual GP2 event, which the championship is getting very, very close indeed. 103 points tied at the top of the table in GP2, so don't miss out on that race tomorrow night, as Ben T. Smith does a 111.768, and keep subscribing to the channel, guys. Almost at 370 subscribers, which is lovely to see. Only a couple more to go until that happens. So if you're new to the channel, still in either RTG or Brent River Racing and haven't subscribed yet, make sure you are subscribing. Whilst we're in this 18-minute and now less than 10-minute qualifying session, is Full Send Dave down in 11th at the moment, setting a PB in the first sector. So as we see Full Send Dave make his way into the final two corners here, what time is he going to put on the board? It's a 111.714. And he's still down in 12th. Pro-Live on a lap now, and he's invalidated again, struggling as Mark Bow starts his first attempt of the evening. So, Mark Bow going fast at the moment, going as fast as he possibly can, a 41.8 in the middle sector, doing a personal best there as well. Through turn 10 he goes, a difficult hairpin here, and the wall feels like it's much tighter than you think when you get on the exit. It is a very tight exit to that corner. Into the final corners of the Wall of Champions. In 17th at the moment. Is he going to get himself in the top 5? gets himself into the top one with a 1:10.271 provisional pole for him, and it's looking like there is certainly a fight on for pole position today. So is Pro Live going to be able to set a lap time this time without invalidating as he makes his way through the chicane of 8 and 9 and on his way down towards turn 10? And still yet to see the other drivers enter the lobby, and Pro Live again invalidates as Mr. Twist gets himself a 5-second time penalty, a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. I think that was coming out of the pits on the McLaren of Wookie, was it? As always grinding, sets the lap time, puts him up into 12th. I think it was Wookie that he must have held up there. Matthew at the moment down in 6th. Another new driver to Burnt Rubber Racing, I think, unless he was here last week when I wasn't here. Of course, used to seeing him in RTG. John used to seeing him on the channel as well. We'll see what he can do. He's got the fastest per sector as it stands right now. The fastest middle sector is set by Murph at the moment, and I believe he was on a lap and he was going faster, was setting purple sectors. But remember, that quickest time overall, Mark Bowe with a 1:10.271 in the top 10, and he's separated by 0.8 right now as Pro Live decides to enter the pits, give himself a bit of respite and get back out there and hopefully actually get himself a lap time on the board. Alex Noble, I think he was setting a lap, but he's going slower than his previous. See what he can do here as he makes his way down the back straight, getting to just over 200 miles an hour, 320 kph as he hits the brake pedal and locks up, but don't worry, he's going to chuck those tyres away and get himself onto a new set with just under 4 minutes to go in the session. Super Striker here, is he on a lap potentially? Certainly is. 2 PBs up to now. Is he going to move himself up the board? He moves himself on to the third row. 5th place for him, a 1:10.592 for the Scuderia. As Bootneck sets at 1:10.8. It's a second between 1st to 13th right now, as Pro Live decides to come out on a final outlap. So track still rather quiet at the moment. I think Full Send Dave, he may be on a lap right now. Looks like he is. Or maybe not actually. Bash is really rather depleted up to now. So Mark Bowe, is he going to get his first pole position of the season? He's got himself into the top three out of the 4 races. I think he didn't compete a couple of weeks ago, did he? And that's why he's only got 3 on the stats. But every time he's qualified inside the top 3. I'm not sure if Alex Noble is a new driver. First of all, obviously a full-time driver. I think Alex Noble may be a reserve this evening. As we now see drivers making their way out of the pits, cutting it fine, some of them who are just coming out of the garage. Percival being one there. I think he may be the last driver. You do get to cut turns 1 and partially turn 2 here as well on the pit lane exits. Not to worry about that, but certainly going to have to get on with it. They haven't got a long time to go, and they are going to have a queue ahead of them who are starting their laps as Super Striker retires from the session. He can't go any faster, he believes, so he's just going to sit back and watch the next minute or two as Ginge now starts his final attempt. Let's see what kind of lap time he can do, and we'll see what kind of sector 1 he can produce. Turns 3 and 4 around the kink of turn 5 and into 6 and 7. He's a 10th up on his time. It's a personal best, not a best overall. Down the first of the 3 DRS zones here through turns 8 and 9, and on his way down to the hairpin of turn 10. Is it going to be a PB in the second sector? No, he's down on his time in that second sector, and it's going to maybe cost him dearly. You've only got a couple of braking zones in this final sector and 2 corners. He will be the first man to see the checkered flag. And Chuck is behind him, but he's invalidated. Where's Ginge going to go? Is he going to go faster than his previous time? He does. He moves up a place. He was only just up on his previous lap time. And who is next up? Looks like it's an Aston Martin. Pro Live, who's invalidated again and isn't able to get a single lap in qualifying. And here comes Chuckle. Is he going to put it on provisional pole? No, he stays 4th fastest. The 2 Mercs up next. As Murph enters the pits, and Mark Bowe now going to try and extend his provisional pole advantage, and he does so a 1:10.8187, slightly faster than the benchmark I had previously. Percival's going slowly. Here comes Alex Noble. He stays on the 2nd row of the grid. Who have we still got to go? Always grinding. And I think he will be the last one to be setting a lap time. Can he snatch pole away? It's not looking likely. Quite a way off in terms of lap time. He's going to be in the 110s. No, he isn't. Just outside, but moves up to 12th. Mark Bowe takes his first pole position of the season. And that was quite an exciting end to qualifying. So Mark Bowe took pole position by less than a 1/10 of a second. Alex Noble alongside him on the front row. Chuck and Chuckle sharing row 2. Jundy Sunday and Ginge sharing row 3. And then 7th and 8th is Super Striker and Wookie. Matthew and Bootneck round out the top 10. Jay-Z is 11th. 12th is Always Grinding. 13th is Mr. Twist. Full Send Davies 14th with Mr. Twist with a 5-place grip penalty as well. Murph 15th, Ben T. Smith 16th, 17th is Percival, and Pro Live is 18th. looking like a nice afternoon in Montreal. As you see the drivers lined up on the grid there on the right hand side. We will have a formation lap tonight, as usual in burnt rubber racing, so just remember that. And I have been told that they potentially have sorted the fixes, sorted the problems from formation laps, so maybe we'll see others start using it again, hopefully, because it is a nice addition, especially when you can line up on your own and decide where you want to be in your pit box and your grid box. So just a reminder, Mark Bowe on pole, Alex Noble alongside him. I believe he's a reserve tonight. And then we got the two Chuckle brothers on the second row. Will there be a bit of a to be to you into turn one between those two? Maybe a little bit more of an argy-bargy between them. That's more than likely going to be the case. So, we're now getting the formation lap underway, and looking at tyres, Mark Bowe opting to go on to the soft to begin this race. Medium tyres for the two behind, then we've got Chuckle on the hard tyres, and it really is sort of a 50-50 split from there on. Towards the back, 15th to 18th are all on hard tyres as well. So curious about Mark Bowe, not too sure what the call is going to be on the strategy, what the most likely call will be on the strategy. We'll have to wait and see about that one. There we go. Hards to mediums, or a two-stop hard, medium, soft. I wonder if Mark Bowe will be going for the soft, medium, hard, or maybe a soft, medium, medium, or maybe taking a real big gamble and going for the soft, medium and trying to stretch the first stint on the soft as long as he possibly can. He should get himself a good launch away from the grid on that tyre, and that's crucial for the start of his race. That could really determine a lot of his race, what happens in the first few corners in the opening lap. A bit of a gap down to Chuck, deciding to hold the rest of the pack up as Mark Bowe and Alex Noble sort of go off in their own formation lap. So Mark and Alex can have a little bit more of a weight than others, and a little bit more of a weight than usual, as the two of them now just readying themselves to put themselves in their grid box. And Mark, look at this, the angle of attack from him, making his feelings very, very clear of where he wants to place the car, and Alex getting a good straight launch actually in the first phase of the start as we wait for the final drivers to line up on the grid. Just remember, guys, like and subscribe to the channel for more great racing like hopefully you're going to see tonight. Mark Bowe on pole here in Canada. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and we're away here in Canada for the 5th round of Burnt Rubber Racing. And Mark Bowe gets a great launch on the soft tyres and leads down into turn 1. Jundy Sunday on the inside of Chuck there, who might be struggling on the hard tyres. Around the outside, the Ferrari of Super Striker trying to make the move on the McLaren there as we now make our way down towards turns 3 and 4. Yellow flags flying from the Ferrari at the back of Always Grinding, who's already facing the wrong direction out of turn 2. Into turn 6 we go, the chicane, and then down the small back straight where we'll have DRS in a couple of laps time. And Alex already almost out of DRS range in the first 2 sectors of the opening lap, out of turn 9 and down towards the hairpin of turn 10. As Matthews, he lost it, looks like he has, on the exit of turn 9 on that chicane, and is down all the way into 17th and pretty much the back, and probably would have been if Always Grinding there in the background hadn't spun a little earlier on in the lap. Here goes Ginge trying to go the long way round. This will be spectacular if he can have a go at this. Usually the inside is always the way to go into the Wall of Champions chicane. Now on to lap 2. And here we are, Wookie trying the inside line here. Job done. McLaren 6 and 7 as we start lap 2. Alex really eager to stay with Mark. Obviously Mark on the soft tyres, the only one on the grid that started, the only one in the field right now on soft tyres, and at the moment not making them count. He's not actually getting away from this man we're riding on board with in the Haas, Alex Noble. I do apologise, guys. I do apologise. I'm making a bad habit of it at the moment. Mark Bowe's in the lead. Alex Noble is second. Chuck is third. I have never done that before at the start. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Pro Live. Getting a 3-second time penalty. If I ever do it again, someone make a comment, please. Please, please, please make a comment. I know I shouldn't really do it, to be fair. It's Matthew now trying to get past the Alpine. DRS opens. Alex Noble now actually gets past Mark Bowe. And Ben was really considering a move there on JZ. Right, Cons, how you doing? Here we go, Matthew thinking about it. Maybe thought too much about it because he's ended up putting Ben T into the wall. And he has lost his front wing, I think, in the process. That was a bit of a lungeon. Maybe a moment late and $1 short as well. Alex now trying to extend that lead that he's got, even though Mark's got the soft tyres. Two mediums runners here, switching places. Jundy Sunday up into the top 3 now, and then gets himself a time penalty at the Wall of Champions chicane and down the front straight towards turn 1. Mr. Twist now getting a 3-second time penalty. That's the place where you're going to see all these time penalties come in. Is Ben T. Smith gets a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane after having to have that front wing change after the incident with Matthew on the previous lap. Is Super Striker going to go for a move? Whilst we were talking about that, Ginge went for the move, and he's going to have DRS as well. And they are in this big train anyway. As you see in the background there, Murph in the Merc. Diving to the inside there, and Bootneck actually outbraking himself and losing more time than he would have liked. Chuck not opening the DRS here. None of them opening the DRS actually, it looked like. Chuck now, this time, he's going to try it. Moves to the left-hand side, inside when we get to turn 1. He's going to have to get it done here, yes, because it's inside for the outside driver at turn 1. At turn 2, so you really need to solidly get it done before we even get to the exit of turn 1. Mark Bow actually struggling to stay with Alex Noble, but the soft tyre is starting to fall off now. His Bootneck has left the session again, having some connectivity issues. Ginge getting closer and closer here, down one of the 2 back straights with DRS. Bit of a train forming from 4th to 8th. Matthew as well, getting close. Thought about it, then had to lock up as he really jabbed on the brake pedal. As Bootneck gets himself back in the session again, and Ginge now trying to get back that 4th place he lost at the start of the lap. And as I said, you have that double dose of DRS, and Chuck will be a sitting duck here down the start finish, and his brother Chuck opts to stay behind for the time being. Trinity Sunday as well, having an excellent race up to now. And here goes Matthew on the outside of the Alpha Tauri, and he sorts it out proper there on the outside, and now on the hunt for full send Dave in that Alfa Romeo. Oh, look at this. Matthew gone off the circuit actually at turn 10. Not too sure what happened there. He's going to lose a place to Jay-Z as well. He does have DRS. Him and Jay-Z both do. I think Jay-Z's thinking about it here. Didn't have the straight line speed as Chuck and Ginge swap places at turn 1. And I think you might see the same between Jay-Z and Ginge actually. Jay-Z and Full Send Dave. I thought Matthew was going to go for it as well. But being held up by the Alfa Romeo. So there's definitely a couple of interesting fights going on in the midfield. And these 5 drivers certainly looking racy. It's Ginge trying to defend, but Chuckle goes up the inside. Then Ginge goes over the curve and loses momentum. And something else happens to Chuckle as well. Super Striker moves up on Wookie and now Chuckle. Hard tyres for both Super Striker and Chuckle, remember. Chuck, sorry, outside the DRS window for now. And Ginge doesn't have it, and he's under threat here from Super Striker. Is Ben T. Smith retire? We have a safety car deployed. These guys are going to have to sort out where they were just before the safety car came out. And I'll be back in just a moment. So a few drivers I think are going to pit here, especially Mark Bowe. That was kind of a gift for him. Will he go for a 2-stop here and go medium from now on? Who's staying out? Who's that staying out? Super Striker. He decides to take the lead of the race. Full Send Dave, a drive-through penalty for him. Speeding under the safety car, and he retires from the race and leaves the session. And we're now down to 16. So we should get back underway at the end of this lap, will be my guess. So we won't see DRS enabled again till lap 15. Where we'll be almost halfway through the race. Mark Bow and Jay-Z switching positions there, not sure why. We've sorted it out. Safety car in this lap. Super Striker dictating the pace now and going to wait for the safety car to get away. He's only got this straight really to create that gap that he needs. Is Mark Bow and Jay-Z again trying to work out which place they need to be in. My guess will be we'll see Super Striker floor it out of this corner here, and he does. And I think Alex Noble was aware of what was going to happen. He's saying safety car. I don't believe that's the case. Not sure why that's saying that, so just ignore it. It should go away any second. I think it now has. And Super Striker is leading us when we got ourselves back underway again. And here goes potentially Jundy Sunday. No, not just yet. Is everyone single files through turns 8 and 9 on the way down towards turn 10. Here goes Chuckle to the inside at the hairpin. Gonna have to get the brake in right here as he's got a Williams right ahead of him, and he might go for 2 moves here. It's looking like that's what's going to happen, and as he gets on the traction, the new medium tyre is working well, and he overtakes 2 cars in the hairpin, and he's up to 6th place and looking at 5th place now. It could be 3 overtakes in about 1.5 miles as we go around the Wall of Champions chicane. Jay-Z had to take evasive action and go off the circuit and rejoins down in 11th place. Look at that, into the top 5 for Chuckle. That was a brilliant move from him. Out of turn 2 we go, and on our way down towards turn 3 and 4. The first of a few chicanes at this circuit. Is Mark Bow going to go for it here on Super Striker? No, and he can feel, it feels like Super Striker is holding him up a great deal here, and it was a big risk for the Ferrari man to stay out after that safety car. Here goes Mark to the outside here, and later on the brakes, and here goes Chuckle to the inside as Jundy Sunday goes into the back of the Ferrari, and Chuckle made up another place. Is it going to be another 2? It certainly is. In 2 laps in the same corner, he's done 2 double overtakes. Absolutely flying right now. Chuck to the inside on Jundy Sunday, gets the braking just about right. Or did he? As now, Jundy trying to go on the attack, and here comes Ginge as well. Going for one, then going for the other, to the inside, then trying the long way round. Is the scenic route going to work for the McLaren driver? It certainly is. He's up into 5th place now, and that was another double overtake. And that could be what we take away from this race. A lot of those double overtake moves going on after that first safety car. DRS enabled now. We're going to see it for the first time down this straight. Here comes Ginge again, taking a leaf out of Chuckle's book at the moment. Now he's in 4th place. Rookie, is he thinking about it potentially into the hairpin, as Jay-Z, I think, has lost a few places. And look how close Concertina and concertina ring. Is that right? At the hairpin. Any moves here? Maybe one from Wookie? No. I'm thinking they'd rather not at the moment, but I'm sure Chuck is thinking he'd rather like that 5th place, but not just yet, as Matthew gets past Murph just before the brakes of turn 1. Sorry, just had myself on mute for a second there. Super Striker. As Matthew makes his way out of the pit, sorry. Cup's going out to the front door. Do you have any problem when you're on your own in the house doing this? Murph now. Waiting for the right moment. Through turn 10 they go. He's going to have DRS down the casino straight. And here goes Murph to the inside. As you see in the background there, the Haas of Percival trying to get past ProLive as well to get himself up into the top 10. The field just starting to spread out somewhat. Alex managing to stay firmly in the lead by around 2 seconds after getting past Super Striker, and Super Striker becoming a bit of a blockage for other drivers, as Bootneck now makes his way past ProLive. ProLive's gone from 10th to 12th in about 2/3 of a lap. Chuck surely eyeing up that 8th place. Got some good straight line speed on the Williams, outbreaks the Ferrari, and maybe a little bit too much there. I think he may have got a warning, and it's cost him time on the exit. The Super Striker might come back at him here, but he decides not to. Alex, though, remember, as you can see, he's got a time penalty to his name as well. And that will really come into play a little later on. 3-second time penalty for Alex as it stands. As Bootneck again getting past ProLive. These two been switching places. Looks like they're going to do it again. Oh, Bootneck going for a big lunge here. Offsets. Oh, ProLive slams into the wall and loses his front wing. It was of his own making, really. I mean, Bootneck did give it a go. And ProLive is a bit of a victim to the dummy. And looks like he's going too fast. No, he's not. Gets in the pits without getting himself a time penalty. .6 seconds is the lead now. ProLive still waiting for his front wing to be changed. Got a yellow flag in the first sector. That's for Matthew, who spun out here. You see Mr. Swiss in the background there. He's still going to be 15th, even after ProLive's pit stop. And I think Mr. Twist is spun as well. He has at turn 4. At the exit of turn 4, as Matthew gets a time penalty for track limits. Still have yet to see Chuck get past Mark. Stuck with him for quite a long time now. And that's Matthew out. He's decided to retire from the race, and he's done it in the pit lane. So pretty much everyone here, apart from Super Striker and Jay-Z, who have actually yet to make their mandatory pit stop, are all on the same age of tyre, but two different compounds. Oh, it's working well though for Alex Noble. Just showing what kind of pace advantage he's got over the others. And Percival getting very close to Bootneck here. Bootneck, one of the only drivers left not to have a penalty, and the others are second, third and fourth. This one a real struggle to get right in terms of being inside those white lines. Such a quick and flowing circuit here at Montreal. Upshifting early there from Percival, trying to dull out the traction, the wheel spin. Wookie coming into the pits, presumably for the soft tyres, for a bit of a charge at the end. No, medium tyres. Maybe he doesn't have any soft tyres to use, any new ones. Where's this going to put him out? Likely close to Jay-Z actually. Only a second behind him. I think Jay-Z there lost the rear of the car a little bit out of turn 4, and you can already see the grip difference with how much later Wookie is able to get on the brakes. Jay-Z struggling on those 22 lap old hard tyres. He's been on them ever since the very start, and they're still yet to make that pit stop, and you can just see the speed difference between the two of them. I'm sure Wookie here is going to go for a big lunge to the outside, trying the switchback, but whoa, Jay not giving him space on the outside. Technically he didn't need to give him space because he wasn't alongside. Super Striker right on the gearbox of Wookie as well. He's going to be concerned about that. I'm sure Jay-Z's about to lose 2 places here as Super Striker goes past, and that was a problem for Jay-Z because he wanted to pit and had to blend out of the throttle earlier than he would have liked to, just to make sure he doesn't hit either the red or orange car. Medium tyres for Jay-Z as well for his one and only stop of the day. And Alex Noble must have made a mistake because the time has come down dramatically, around a second, and I think there must have been a mistake involved in that. There has to be. Super Striker there, setting the fastest second sector of the afternoon so far. It won't be until the next lap where we might see some fastest lap from these guys who've just pit. Here goes Super Striker. Easy pickings. Or is it? As look at that, Wookie trying to fight back here as Super Striker gets all out of shape on the rear out of the wall of champions. I feel like these two need to actually work together rather than against, because they can actually catch up to more cars ahead who are probably likely to pit again, and if not, they're going to be going incredibly slowly in the final laps as we're getting into sort of the final 10 laps now. As Pro Live is retired in the pit lane, we're down to 14 of the 18 that started. 4 retirements so far today. Sorry, 5 retirements so far today. And Alex now within that golden 1 second margin. Ginge pits for the soft tyres. This is going to be a charge back from him. Could be close between him and Bootneck. He's going to slot between Bootneck and Murph. Alex getting another time penalty there by the looks of things as Mr. Twist is retired. Where did he go off there? That's another safety car, and that is going to change a lot now. It could be a race to the finish, potentially. Oh, drive-through penalty for Ginge for speeding under the safety car. A rookie mistake in these situations, just switched off, and it's cost him. So everyone should be going on to the soft tyres now. That's pretty much a given, an obvious choice. I don't think Murph got the memo though, because he's on the medium tyres. So it looks like there's going to be around a 6 lap race to the end, I think, when the safety car eventually does come in. And we'll be back in a moment. I feel Ginger's letting the drivers past here, and he's going to give up on tonight's race as he goes off the circuit. Yeah, to let drivers go through. Interesting. And that's a shame because Ginger's had a very good race up to now. It looks like he's deciding to retire. Remember, in burnt rubber racing, you've got to be inside the top 10 to get points, and there is that point for fastest lap as well. So, safety car is in this lap. And for whatever reason, yeah, Ginger's car almost caught all the way back up to the back. We're going to have 11 drivers, hopefully, to finish this race. And if that's the case, only one of them isn't going to score points today. So when will Alex get us back underway again? We saw it before at the exit of this next chicane. He goes a little bit earlier than that into the final chicane. Are the tyres going to be warm enough to manage? They are indeed. And getting a reasonable launch. He's going to have to hope for a miracle though as we go on to lap 29. He has 6 seconds worth of time penalties. And it's really looking more and more likely a fight between Mark Bowe and Chuckle for the win. Neither of them having a win so far this season. Mark is still on the podium twice this season. Chuckle once. So which one of them are going to take their first top set in burnt rubber racing? As I said, unless they get penalties, unless Alex gets a big bucket full of luck. I'm not sure if that's going to happen though. Unlikely, but you never know. So that's gone to lap 30 of 35. There's going to be 6 laps remaining. And did I just see a drop of rain? Maybe I didn't. Keep an eye on that though. I thought I did see a drop of rain though. Bootneck going off the road at turn 2. And he's now down in that final position, the only non-points position. Don't think it was rain. Maybe I was just wanting to see it. That would have made a very interesting end to the race, wouldn't it? Clouds are certainly over the circuit at the moment. There is a chance we could see it. Chuck, here he goes into the top 5, getting past Murph. And around him, he's got Jundy Sunday with 6 seconds worth of penalties. So as it stands, he'd be finishing in 4th place. 5 laps to go. DRS open, DRS enabled once again. I'm going to see it being used in just a couple of corners' time. Oh, Super Striker getting close here to the back of Percival. He goes slightly deep into the corner. It will compromise you on the exit. With DRS to his advantage, using the overtake button. I think Super Striker's got this in the bag. He does. He makes the Haas go wide. And Percival almost actually loses the car entirely there. Really trying to desperately hold on to 8th place, which he wasn't able to do. Mark Bowe pulling the hammer down now. It's about to have 4 laps remaining. Is Chuckle going to be able to get back into that DRS window? He needs to, but he's burnt a whole lot of his battery now. And that could cost him dear. And of course, Sunday will be hoping to get past the train. He certainly will now. I think that might conclude it. If Mark Bowe can stay on the road and stay where he is, he will win the race in his first race of the season. Chuckle now getting a penalty, and only 2 drivers who have not received a penalty today. And we have 3 laps to go. Jundy Sunday looking quick at the moment. As Bootneck getting past Percival, one of those 2 drivers not to have a time penalty to their name up to now. Sunday looking very quick, and as I said, wanting that buffer to potentially not drop down as much, and getting past Chuckle may help him with that. Out of turn 10, down Casino Straight. Chuckle weaving from left to right, trying to break the toe. We're going to have another crack at this now, another dose of DRS. And he gets another time penalty. Not what he would have wanted. where is this going to drop him down to? Because a lot of the other drivers have got time penalties behind. He's the only one, well, sorry, Percival as well, with 9 seconds. There is rain falling on the circuit with only just over a lap to go. I don't think it's going to cause problems, but it certainly is interesting. There goes Jundy Sunday into third, trying to get a bit of a buffer. But it's more than likely going to be no use. And we are on the final lap and the rain has just started to fall. Maybe I did see it earlier, but it decided the heavens didn't want to open just yet. And the field is reasonably spread out at this point. Alex really trying to push on, I think hoping to stay on the podium. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. It could do, it is likely actually that could happen. He could stay on the podium. He may get second place. Oh, Mark going wide there, struggling now with the wet weather, but they've only got 2 more corners to negotiate, 1 more braking zone. As we go down Casino Straight for the final time this evening, and into the casino, into the Wall of Champions chicane. Alex Noble is going to cross the line in first, but Mark Bowe is going to win his first race of the season. And Alex Noble does finish in second. Chuckle rounds out the podium for his second podium of the year. It's Mark's third and his first win. And Jundy Sunday did finish 5th in the end, so not too bad. Chuck moves up to 4th, just missing out on a podium place. And look how close it was between Jundy Sunday and Murph as well. 0.008. So there you have it, folks. That's the end of the first half of the season with Mark Bowe winning his first race of the season. Alex Noble came home in second, and rounding out the podium was Chuck. Alex Noble also getting the fastest lap as well. Chuck in 4th, Jundy Sunday 5th, 6th was Murph, Wookie was 7th, 8th was Super Striker, JC was 9th, 10th was Bootneck, 11th was Percival. And the first of many who did not finish was Ginge, then Mr. Twist, Pro Live, Matthew, Always Grinding, Full Send Dave, and the first one to retire was Ben T. Smith. Apologies for the mute at the very start of the stream. I'll try and do better for next time. So next week we'll be in Brazil, and that one is the second of 4 sprint races this season. If you just watch all of the RTG TV content, we'll be back tomorrow night, and that one should also be a good one. We're in Spain tomorrow night for the Thursday tier. Check out that because it's so close at the top of the standings, and that title fight certainly hotting up. So be back tomorrow for round 6 of GP2, and if not, make sure you come back for Burnt Rubber Racing next Wednesday night in Brazil for their sprint format event. Thanks very much for watching. Keep subscribing to the channel. Let's get to 370 by tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow, should we say, by the end of the race tomorrow night. Thanks very much. Until seeing me and Lee again tomorrow night, it's goodbye.